Hey guys, God bless. Welcome back to my channel. I am Charlene, and apparently I can't get my lighting together today. Like, I feel like I look extremely dull. I don't know, maybe it'll look better once I finish filming. But more importantly, I want to vlog and talk to you guys about something that has been going on behind the scenes. I've mentioned it a couple times. It seemed like I had a couple vlogs with the Vlogmas discussing this matter, but I want to talk to you guys, and I want to share some light on where I am at now. I mentioned to you all that I want to embrace being a minimalist, not to the extreme. Like, I don't want to have 5 clothings all together. No, I think that's no. However, I want to be able to micro down or minimize actually all the things that I have. Like, instead of having 5 coffee mugs, maybe 2. So the number's going to vary and change based on what it is. Like, y'all know I went from having over 70 Bibles in this house to now I'm down to under 20, my personal self in use. And I actually got 2 more I just pulled and plucked off the shelf that I think I want to give away. So stay tuned for that. But I made another list. Y'all know I'm just writing away. I'm writing so much my hands cramp. But in case the camera is reflecting opposite, I don't know. I'm trying to make sure you guys can read it. But I made a list of the things that I have decluttered, and I'm gonna come forth in another video in how I'm gonna do this. Because let me tell y'all, in the process of decluttering, it has been so bad, so horrible, so disgusting to me that it's embarrassing. So I wake up with the mindset, yeah, I'm gonna film, I'm gonna record, I'm gonna discuss this while I go. But it's just been nasty and been bad. Like, some of the things I have to throw away or take out the home, it's just be like, how did you allow it to get this bad? Like, material things should not triumph over what's sane and what's healthy and what's decent, you know. But that's just the world we live in. Like, everybody's offering a better, brighter version of something, and we go for it. But anyway, let me get to this list, because this could be a long video or a short video, depending on, you know, y'all know. But anywho, I feel like I'm sitting so close up on it, y'all. Okay, there we go. Clothes, shoes, purses, cups, plates, containers, socks, underwear, hair accessories, toys, pens, highlighters, notebooks, Bibles, stickers, printables, small home decor, makeup, beauty products, hair products. And when I say makeup, I actually gotten rid of, because I had some stash that I was like, I'm gonna save it for a rainy day in case I go on a date or da-da-da. But it's like, if I ain't really feeling it, I ain't really feeling it. And it's been sitting in the same container that it was for almost 2 years, I think. And I was like, I'm gonna get rid of it. Simple. Like, just get rid of it, make space. But what I've been doing is, that has helped me embrace this, is obviously praying, talking to God, reading my Bible. And a part of being content is accepting whatever God has allowed for you to have, and not to feel the mindset have to be greedy or excessive when it comes to certain things. I want to say this because we all have an interest or a hobby. And I used to make excuse for that. And I know I see oftentimes in the journaling community, people make excuse for it too. They say, well, this is my hobby, this is my interest, this helps me, da-da-da. And that's your excuse to being obsessive with it. And it's like, no, you got to talk to God about what's appropriate. Because yes, God allows for hobbies and interests, but within what range? You know, like, what do we, how much time, how much money, how much energy, how much resources are you putting into these things? But I've been watching a lot of minimalist YouTube channels, a lot of decluttering channels, because I just want to make it clear and known. I don't say everybody in the world has to be a minimalist per se. However, I do wholeheartedly feel like each and every person should pick a season or time and place to say, let's declutter. even if it's just a matter of looking over all the things you accumulated in the past year and say, okay, I want to take this into the new year. I don't want to take that into the new year. Just have some type of organization and some type of action plan. Like, plan ahead. Like, just get organized and you're organizing. Like, get a piece of paper and write all the things you need to go through. Or for me, I literally just been praying and walking through the home, or already cleaning and going through the home, and all of a sudden my attention will be directed here or it'll be directed there. I don't know if you guys noticed, but even I had a lot of decor and stuff in here on the wall. Took it down. I have somewhat minimized my desk area. Definitely down here on the bottom. Like, it is what it is, which you guys hopefully will see soon. This little container that I'm even using for the tripod, that was filled with a bunch of extra stuff. Like, would it be notebooks, pens, papers, Bibles? And I'm like, look, no more trying to find a way to stuff and save stuff that you don't like, you're not going to use. Just get rid of it and be a blessing. Which I say, I know I'm going to have to make another video because I really won't get in specifics about some of this stuff. But in short, I've donated to Goodwill's, Salvation Army, and there's a local church that takes donations for household items and clothing. I've been donating to them too. So yeah, I have cleared out this room. I have encouraged my kids, and the hard part is be able to say, you know what, I'm doing this. God gave this to me, but what part and to what extent is it meant for everybody else? That's been hard because I know out of everybody in this home, I'm probably the biggest hoarding of items, like material things. And then next will be my daughter. And then, the rest are just like, yeah. But today I even told the boys, I'm like, hey, go through your things. Be honest with yourself. Be sincere. What do you like? Or the things to eliminate. Things you don't like. Things you don't plan on wearing, things you can't fit, things that you have to think twice about. Get rid of it. Don't hold on to it. Like, I want to be an example, and I know I have been a horrible example, especially to my girl. Because this is what I've been doing too. Like, if I don't have a use for it, or if I don't have room for it, then I just stick it in her stuff and say, well, you just keep it and you hold it. And then you kind of find out later, it's like, well, I ain't really want it, or I ain't know what to say, or I just took it because you gave it to me. And it's like, no, I don't want to be that type of person either. Like, if you can't use it, let's figure something else out. But of course, it was just easier. So whatever I don't want, don't use, can't have, to pass it on to the next person line, which ideally, obviously, if you have something that's beneficial and that can help someone in your home, why not? But look at your intent behind the matter, or the reason behind passing on to that person, or even introducing it to that person. Make it make sense, because you don't want to create this cycle of hoarding and covetousness and all that. Like, you want to be careful. But anyway, so I've been watching videos on Minimalist and decluttering and organizing, homekeeping and homemaking. And also I have followed a few on Instagram, and a couple of the tips that really stood out to me, and I was like, wow, this makes a difference, is the one thing that was repeated was, the less you have, the less you're responsible for. And I'm like, who don't want that? It's the same thing with kids, right? People are having less kids because that's less responsibility. Now, do I agree with that entirely? No, I really feel like when it comes to children and how many, you really need to consult God. However, in general, that rule I think is pretty decent, because if I got a room full of stuff, I got to keep up with it. I got to make sure the kids don't get into it. I got to make sure they stay organized and functioning. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. But now that I have minimized some things, it's like there's less to worry about. And that's not just me. That's my children. I even have tried to introduce this outside the home, like to my siblings, to my mom. And I don't know if I mentioned to y'all, but my mom had a horrible, horrible habit of obsessively collecting things and hoarding things and trying to hold on to stuff. It went from food to clothing to shoes to household materials, until recently she has said that she feels a way about these things and she doesn't want to buy it. She doesn't want to indulge in it. And at first she was a little confused. She was like, I don't know what this is. I'm like, girl, that is God. Like, I feel like God is dealing with each and every person concerning the same manner of things for the sake of the weakling. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Think about it. This world is so about majority rule that when something's different or abnormal to their norm, they automatically reject it or it's considered bad. And I feel like with this decluttering thing and this weaving out through your materials is a collective thing God is doing so that nobody can look out of the situation and say, that sounds too far-fetched from me, or that's not me, or what, whatever other excuses we can come up with. Because how it's happening and how I've seen it across the board, like especially on social media and the YouTube world and other Christian content creators, is that there's this unison going on. Like, maybe I do have too much stuff. Because what you want to do is you want to always be teachable. You want to always be obedient to the Holy Spirit and listening, like actively listening. And sometimes when it's something that we are so contrary against, it is so hard to listen and weave through our own itching ears, our own madness. And y'all know for me, it's just like, I'm not hurting anybody. Like, I'm one of those people, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm paying for this out of my own pocket. Like, I can come up with an excuse. If I really want it, if I really need it, I can go on and on and on. But God has let me know, no ma'am. Like, this is what I mean. In another video I said where God is the same God for all of us. We all have a different relationship because we are in different areas in life and we have different strengths and weaknesses. But God is the same God for us all. He's not going to tell me be content and not tell you be content. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's not your weak point, he's going to always perfectly apply his wisdom and knowledge to each and every one of us. So whether you need a pep talk about being content today or tomorrow, it's the same word. It doesn't change based on who is being spoken to, So I just wanted to actually share in on this with you all and just kind of mentally prepare y'all for what's ahead and what's next for my channel here and my other channel, whichever channel I post this on, because I don't even know yet. But I made a list. I'm going through. I'm not finished. My husband literally just took out a baby diaper box full of stuff. Some clothes, the boys' clothes and stuff. My daughter went through her stuff. I went through my closet. I went through Bella's stuff. That was a huge thing because she's obviously, she's older. I want to say larger. That sounds so bad. She's bigger. She's taller. So she has outgrown a lot of things, like a lot. But I'm trying to remember all the things I want to tell y'all in reference to how I got to the point of, being okay. Oh, I said the less you're responsible for, the less, that's better. Like, the less you have, the less you're responsible for. Small items. These things are not only viewed as most likely tacky in a home, but they're usually unnecessary. So like little knickknacks, little figurines and stuff, little angels and stuff, little dolls. Like, those things are usually unnecessary. And it's more to clean, more to organize, and more to keep up with. So one of the rules I seen on the video I watched on Instagram was focus on large decor, like the bare minimum or necessity. Not to say you can't have small items. Like, for me, this wall was blank, right? But literally I have the bare minimum, and it still kind of bothered me a little bit because, like, this is a bunch of numbers and things going on. I really don't kind of like that together, actually. Like, I want to change that, I think. But I have my little plaque here that says, "Hey, study buddies, welcome. I'm Charlene," but you can't really read it. But I actually like that better here because it's more simple and it kind of, it's not contrasting. But you get what I'm saying. Like, minimum stuff, but necessity. Like, I need a calendar. And some people may argue that, like, you don't really need a calendar. But me, I'm old school. I like paper. A clock. You need a clock. Like, I want a clock in here so I won't get on my phone. I need a chair. I need a desk. Do I need a decor? No. Have I got rid of a lot of that decor? Yes, because I used to try to be all pretty and uniform with my desk, but less is definitely more over there. And I'm actually looking at it like I can get rid of a little bit more. And I might. So y'all stay tuned. Definitely minimize here. Like I said, pull more Bibles off the shelf. Got rid of a whole bunch of notebooks, a whole bunch of books. Went in that closet and got rid of some stuff. Like y'all know, I made it into a prayer closet, which I have to redo that because there was a situation where I had to pull the desk from out of there and it has to be needed for something else. So stay tuned for that. Matter of fact, I just answered something that I can do. Okay, I know what I can do. I just got an idea. So I'm gonna work with that when I get off this from recording. But I literally have been going up and down this home like for weeks now, just pulling, plucking, pulling, plucking. Now let me tell you what's the issue with me. I have OCD bad. So when I'm seeing all these bags piled up with stuff, I'm like, I need to get rid of this. That's my only thing. I'm asking God to give me patience because I really be frustrated. Like, okay, now that I've made a pile of stuff, I'm ready for it to leave out my house. Because also what was happening in the beginning was as long as I held on to it, I would go peer back in the bag or pull something else out and say, I don't really mean to put that in there. And then that's a whole nother problem in itself, right? So me just pushing the stuff out the door like, take it. I don't want it. Take it. Get rid of it. That type of thing. And let me see here. Let me see. There's been a lot of things I even recently bought that God made me turn right back around and donate it and get rid of it. Like literally. And y'all know Dollar Tree is my favorite store. But God has even shown me the issues and error of my ways. I'm going to say me because I don't want to step on my toes or anything. But this is something he showed me that has kept people in a chokehold. And that's the power of sale. I can sit an item on a shelf at regular price and somebody will walk by. But as soon as I put 10%, 20% off, $1 off, buy one, get one for $5 or something, mentally, we have already made up in our minds without even doing no real math that this is a better deal, which technically it is. But the necessity of the item never changed. If you didn't need it at $5, you don't need it at $1. But that's just, especially women, because men kind of have more control in this area. Not to say they're excused, but they have more control. And we have to remind ourselves too, like, just because something is on sale doesn't mean we have to get it. And that has been my downfall. Whoo! Dollar Tree, y'all know I wore it out. It's like, it's $1. Like, that's why I kept telling myself it's $1. But did you need it? And the answer is usually no. So please do not fall victim to sale prices. Stick to your guns. Do you need it? Do you have to have it? And move on. Like, don't make a big deal. Don't, be careful, please, because Satan is so clever. And like I said, I look back on all the times that I got something because it was on sale and didn't even like it really. Didn't even really want it and certainly did not need it. And I certainly wasted time and money, y'all. Let's be more careful. Let's take all concerns to the Lord. I'm going to come back to y'all in reference to this decluttering. I'm going to say this is part 1. But stay tuned because I have so much more to share with you all and so much more to get done. And hopefully I can shed light on some things. I know I won't be able to show everything. And I really wanted to get that pile of stuff that I took it. Oh, I got rid of blinds too. No more blinds. Like, I think, I hate to call them tacky because I know that's a really personal statement. But for me, they break. They get sunburned. They collect a lot of dust. I was like, I'd rather have curtains because then when the curtains get messed up, I can just wash them and put them back up. When the blinds get sun crusted and stuff, you only can have to replace them. That's more money. And that's another thing I've been doing. Anything that I can minimize to a point that it saves me money, time, and energy, that's what I've been doing too. So, like I switched from having a bath cloth that gets worn out and messed up to using a sponge that's going to last longer. I bought a dish detergent brush, a dish detergent spray so I can be using less products. It's just a lot. Like, I've just really been trying to be modern but efficient in this home. And not just for me, but for the sake of everybody. Like, I really want this home to be better for all, not just me. And I really want to save money and not just always take and pull and pluck. And I want to be wise and smart with whatever I have. And I want to be content because that's, guys call you to be content. Like, whether you have great things or small things, be content. And the beautiful thing about being poor and not having a lot of money and things is like you really start to think outside the box as far as designing and creating things in your home that doesn't cost you much, or really using what you already have. That is so beautiful and a huge thing, because if you had all the money, it's just, well, I want another chair, or I want another pair of shoes, or I don't have anything to match this. You just go out and get it. But when you don't have money like that, it's like you're forced to be a little wise and smarter about how you think and how you approach stuff. And it makes for better, wiser decisions, right? So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. I'm going to go about my business. Hopefully you get this video sometime in the following week, because I really want to push these out and talk to you guys more about decluttering. And I also want to include footage of all the changes, things. If you have any questions, concerns, please comment. If you have any tips for me as a mom, as a married woman, as a woman in general, cleaning, decluttering, whatever, comment down below. Help me, help others. Like, just speak whatever's truthful and whatever's decent down below in the comment section. That would help. I love you all. God bless. Take care. Bye.